Hey folks, thanks for tuning in for the first ever Chamber Spotlight, and we're going to be doing a lot of these. You'll see them Friday afternoons, sometimes from events, but now that I'm Director of Marketing over there at the Chamber, I want you as viewers to get to know some of the amazing Chamber members, like Dr. Aaron Rickelman. We're here at Designed to Move. Thanks so much for doing this today.
Hey, you're very welcome. Thank you for coming out to the office and taking the time to do this. I'm super excited we both get to highlight my business, but also highlight the community and highlight what the Chamber's up to and what we're doing moving into 2021, the end of it, and into 2022. So
it's very cool. So Dr. Rickelman is here in Ankeny. We're at Designed to Move. So why don't you give people kind of the elevator pitch, before we dig into kind of the nuts and bolts of it. What is Designed to Move Spine and Sport?
Yeah, so my wife and I, so Dr. Abby, and we have a third doc, Dr. Brady, all three of us are physicians here. We're all chiropractors by training, but we're a combination of chiropractic meets rehabilitative medicine. So what that means is we are more than just spine. When people think chiropractic, they think spinal complaints, right? Mm-hmm. So we deal with everything inside the musculoskeletal components of the human body. So this is anything that deals with movement. So let's say you're playing golf and you injure your elbow with golf, we can absolutely work on that just as much as we can work on if you've thrown out your low back because you were scooping snow when it comes this winter, things like that. So we are that whole variety of musculoskeletal complaints combined with the fact that we offer the chiropractic manipulation side, but also exercises and stretching and rehab and mobility to help get those complaints better faster is what makes ours more unique, if you will. So it's a blend of kind of two fields, if you will.
What's interesting about this place, so Dr. Aaron here is a fit chap. I'm definitely putting on the winter pounds already, but I'm wondering, you must come from an athletic background?
A little bit. So I'll speak more to my wife, actually. She's actually got the more athletic background than I do, but I played high school football, and that was kind of the extent of my background. And currently we, as mature adults, later into our mid portion of our life, we're big and avid into CrossFit. So that's our big thing now. But I'll speak to Abby's case. She was a D1 full ride collegiate golfer at Kansas State. Oh, wow. And yeah, played all 4 years, just an incredible golfer. So it is interesting when we do summer events, she gets calls all the time for 4-man best shot on, hey, we need our lady ringer to hit from the ladies' tees. And she's incredible by all means.
So what was it, Dr. Aaron, when you were coming up in your youth and you said, you know what, I want to go into this field. What inspired you to do it?
Yeah, so I've always enjoyed medicine. I think medicine is an incredible field to be in, and we can serve our patients. I know Abby and I and Brady all have very large hearts for our patients. We really care about them. But I always knew I wanted to be in medicine, and then take that athletic background of, man, movement is medicine. So the more we move, the healthier we are, right? You can't beat diet and exercise in any fashionality. So the fact of the matter is that part always intrigued me quite a bit. Add to that the fact that the culture as a whole, we're sedentary in our jobs most of the time, but we try to be active when we can, whether that be with our kids or whatever that is, right? So Abby and I find interest in the fact, and I found interest way back when in the fact of helping people achieve their goals in health, but making them move better, feel better, and take care of the aches and pains that really limit that, if you will. So kind of rounding back to what makes our practice unique is I work on high-end athletes just as easily as I work on the 65-year-old grandma that wants to pick up the new granddaughter type thing. Yeah. And so we treat everyone as though they're an athlete. We want to meet that need for them to make them the best they can be.
It seems like if you're a parent or you have a friend who are in athletics at all, it sounds like they should really have you on speed dial.
Well, if I agreed to that, there'd be probably other upset practices in town. But yes, the theory is we can absolutely help anybody, and that is our knack, right? Is those complaints where you don't want to necessarily have to take medication because you threw out your low back, right? If we can get you moving better and get you moving faster and more efficiently, we can get you right back to what you were doing before as effectively as possible. So I like when we can really help patients patients achieve that goal. And it's almost like stars in the eyes for the patient when, hey, you can't bend down and touch your toes right now. We do a little work, we do some stretching, and all of a sudden they're like, I can move and not have pain. That's unique, right? So that's kind of the thing that helps us go further.
So folks, the Ankeny Area Chamber of Commerce is the largest chamber in the state, and it's due to folks like Dr. Aaron. Not only is he a member, but he's also part of the executive board. What inspired you to get involved in the chamber?
Yeah, so many years ago when we opened the practice, we knew that we wanted to be community focused. So not just the patients, if you will, but literally helping make a difference in Ankeny. Man, that was a driving factor for both Abby and I. And our first call when we set up our business was, how can we become a member of the chamber? And we did. And then we started investing our time into that. This community is very much growing, and we put on some amazing events for both the community as a whole, but also the business community. So it was a great opportunity initially years ago to just make relationships and build knowledge of other people, other businesses in the community. And that has very much transitioned into my role as an executive on the board, and moving into a role of steering and vision and how do we want our chamber to affect and help both the business community and the individuals of our community be the best that it can be the hub of all things happening in Ankeny.
When a business member comes up to you and says, oh, I see you're involved in the chamber, I'm thinking about joining, what do you say to them?
Yeah, it's like our own story. It's a no-brainer. I say absolutely jump right on it and get involved. I think many of us can agree to this statement. Ankeny is a big small town, if you will. We have a big growing population, right? I think the average statistic a couple of years ago was 5 new people a day move here, right? And I think we're proud of that statistic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But we want to know people, right? We want to make a difference in our community. So get involved. And I think the chamber is the number one way to get involved in our community and start making a difference on a multitude of levels with that. So get involved, do the membership, and help make our community the best it can be.
So, folks, we're broadcasting this the Friday before Thanksgiving. If you see it on the internet after that, I'm going to mention a couple quick events. This upcoming Tuesday, Lattes and Leads is at Bob Brown Buick GMC. You get tasty treats. You get to network with people. And, you know, I've been with this chamber now less than a year. And what's fascinating to me, and I'm very grateful for it, is when new people come to the events, the existing members reach out, they make it known, make them feel at home.
Yeah. So I say this both as a board member and as a member of the community and a member of the business community. I want to get to know other people, not so that I can, tell them more about my business, but instead, tell me about what you're doing in life. Tell me about your kids. Tell me about, let's build a relationship together. Let's keep that small town feel, if you will. And, this Bob Brown event that's coming up is going to be a good one. I think it'll have a great turnout for things and be a great opportunity for individuals like myself and individuals like all of us that go to those events to meet other new people and really network with them and get to know them.
So if people want to learn more about Design to Move, what's the website and where are you located?
Yep, so we're location-wise, if everybody knows where Centennial High School is at, we are catty corner across the street from that. So it's 1360 Northwest 18th Street, Suite 101. We're right next door to the Iowa Clinic is where our office is at, up here on the northwest side of town. Our website is designedtomovecairo.com. is where we're at, and feel free to reach out. My staff will happily take care of you in any way, shape, or form that we can at least help answer any questions about conditions, insurance, whatever that might be. We're here to serve you.
Folks, thank you for watching. We're actually filming. I'm going to hit you with one more question before we go. Actually filming with our newly elected mayor here this afternoon. Ankeny's a great place to start a business, but we're going to have city council members. We got the new mayor watching this program. What ideas could you have to make Ankeny even more business friendly?
Yeah, I will actually revert back. So our business has been around this will be year 7 for us. Okay. In those years, man, Ankeny has gotten more and more welcoming to new business and new business development as a whole, with both good property property opportunities and lease opportunities, development areas of community that are growing really big. So I overly think that Ankeny is a very welcoming community to growing businesses. I think getting involved in the community, not just at the chamber level, but using resources like the Ankeny Hub, the alliance with the chamber, the city, and the Ankeny Economic Development Corporation, all fosters the ability for our community to continue to grow businesses. Again, we talked about that statistic, right? That 5 new people a day move here. I think businesses are going to continue to grow, and that element in and of itself is very welcoming to our community for businesses to grow, both at an entrepreneurial startup level all the way to big businesses like Casey's and Craig Tool recently moving to town, things like that. It's an open door for all businesses. So the city is up to some great planning for the future. I know our 2040 plan is going to be a huge one to see the success of that.
Folks, you're watching a production here of the Ankeny Area Chamber of Commerce. If you're curious about that organization, we'd love to have you join up. Ankeny.org is the website, and we keep that up to date. Also, our Facebook page, facebook.com/Ankeny Area Chamber. Get to know what we've got going on. Join up if you haven't. And Dr. Aaron Rickelman, thanks so much for being on our first Chamber Spotlight. I appreciate it.
Hey, absolutely. I'm glad to see that this is going to be a thing that we move forward with in the future. And great job hosting, and we'll look forward to more of these in the future as well.
Folks, if you have suggestions on what you'd like to see in the email newsletter, in the magazine that we've relaunched, or in programs like this, send me an email. My email address is right there, broski@ankeny.org. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.